record on this computer. Okay, recording's on. Okay, okay, folks, we're looking at exercise 2 today. We've had a look at exercise 1 earlier about cancelling ratios. So cancelling ratios is about looking at how things are divided amongst each other. For example, 300 centimeters to 100 centimeters. An example I give my students is that of somebody making concrete. You need so many bags of sand to so many bags of cement. So it's like a mixture. So you put maybe 3 teaspoons of something to every 10 teaspoons of something else when you're making a cake or something. So this is what ratio is, about how things are divided, how they are mixed. Okay, so let's have a look at the question that we were just looking at here. So Ibi, that's Ibi R35, young man, can you put your microphone on? And can you do this question with me? So we're looking at 2 kilometers and 500 meters. And 2 kilometers and 500 meters, we need to cancel it down. Before we can cancel it down, we need to ensure that the kilometers and the meters are the same units. So Ibi, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah.
Okay, good, lovely. So what do we do? So we look at this, okay?
Yeah.
So what do we change the kilometers and meters into? We need to make the units consistent into one unit. So which unit should we choose?
You need to change the 2 kilometers into meters.
Fantastic, okay. Now, why have you chosen meters for this one? Is it because of the other one is also meters?
Yes.
Okay, so it's about making the units the same. So now, so can you go through the process of how we change kilometers to meters? So in 1 kilometer, how many meters are there normally?
1,000 meters.
1,000 meters. So you have 1,000 meters in every kilometer. So the thing is, how many would you have then in 2 kilometers?
2,000 meters.
2,000 meters, because you times it by 1,000. Fantastic. Okay, so 2,000 meters is going to be shared, or should we say, in a ratio to 500 meters. Right, 2,500. Now that the ratio units are the same, when I say the same, I mean if we have meters here and meters here, we can now proceed to cancelling it down. So how would we cancel it down? Give us some ideas of what numbers we can divide both sides by in the process.
500. We could divide both sides by 500.
You could. What can we do which is slightly easier than that? First with the zeros. So divide this side by 10 and?
Divide the other side by 10.
And then divide it by again by 10 and divide that by 10. So you're left with 20 ratio 5. For those of you who don't spot 500 as the biggest number. So what we're going to do now?
Oh, so what we're going to do is divide them both by 5.
Okay. So because I didn't choose the highest common ratio in the first place, we're going to have to do like a multiple step cancelling, which is not a problem. We can do that. That's showing you if you don't get the biggest number the first time, you can still carry on going. So you got 20 over 5 now. 20 over 5 gives us?
4.
4. Okay, so that gives us 4. Fantastic. Okay. That's the first one done. So 2 kilometers ratio 500 meters cancels down to that, and we could actually write down M here if we needed to as well. Lovely. Okay, the next question, number 7. Okay, for number 7, thank you for that. Umama, please switch your microphone on, please. So Umama, what are the units here? We have grams and?
Kilograms.
Kilograms. And what should we change them both into before we start cancelling?
Grams.
Beautiful selection. Okay. So you're changing the big unit into the small unit. Now, in 1 kilogram, how many grams do we have?
1,000.
1,000. So in half a kilogram, how many grams will you have?
500.
Beautiful answer. Fantastic. So we're going to have to multiply that by 1,000 for those of us. And the 100 gets copied down. Now, what do you realize about the units now? Are they the same or are they still different?
The same.
They're the same. Can we start cancelling now?
Yeah.
Yes. We couldn't cancel in the beginning because the units were different. Now the units are like level. We can make them the same now. So what should we cancel them by now? Give me an idea.
Tens.
You can divide it by 10s each side. And what can I cancel by 10 again?
Yeah.
So in a sense, we're dividing by 100. Lovely. So what do we have left over?
1/5.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Fantastic example there. Thank you for that, Umama. Thank
To
you.
mute myself.
Yeah, you could back, yeah, go back to mute. Thank you. Okay, so that was me picking 2 questions from there. Right, let's pick up some more questions. Okay, and then we'll go through students having a go at the questions, inshallah. So let's pick some questions here. Copy. Okay. Here's our next questions. Okay, let's have, okay, who do we have? Idris, please, young man, jump in. Okay, Mr. Idris. So we have 1 centimeter and 5 millimeters. So 1 centimeter and 5 millimeters, Mr. Idris. What should we change? If you look at the units, 1 is centimeters and 1 is millimeters. So we can't cancel anything at the moment. You can't cancel because the 1's for 1. That can't cancel anyway. So what should we do, Idris? What should we change the units into? We have centimeters and millimeters.
Millimeters.
Into millimeters. So let's leave that 5 millimeters because we don't need to change that. How do you change a centimeter to a millimeter?
Divide by 10.
Okay, let me write down the identity for you first and then tell me if you think your answer is still correct. In each centimeter, you have 10 millimeters. In each centimeter, you have 10. So are you going to be dividing by 10 or timesing by 10? Think.
Timesing by 10.
Timesing by 10. Well done, you man. So it's going to be timesing by 10. What's 1 time by 10?
10.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. So now, if you look at the units now, they are both millimeters and millimeters, which is good. The units need to be the same before you start to cancel. So what can we cancel them by now, Idris?
5.
By 5. 5 is the biggest number that will divide into them. And that will give us an answer of, what's the answer?
2 to 1.
Fantastic. Okay, that's lovely. Thank you for that, Mr. Idris. Good. Okay, let's go to the next student. Let's have, okay, Umeza. The next question, number 16, please, yours. So Umeza, we have £2.80 and we have £3.50. But in this particular question, Umeza, you can see that the units are already the same. So I don't think we need to change the units in this one, but we might do something else because the numbers are in decimal format. So what might be a suggestion, Umeza, what we might want to do to the decimal numbers? We might want to change them into what?
We could change them into whole numbers.
Beautiful suggestion. So decimal numbers, we're going to convert them into whole numbers. And by doing that, we'll have a better chance of cancelling. Because at the moment, by looking at those numbers, I don't feel very happy to cancel them down because they don't look very nice. So what's your suggestion, Umeza? What should I do with them? How do I change them both into whole numbers? Some idea, please.
You take the day.
What do you times them by?
100.
Okay, so that in a sense will change them indirectly actually into what unit?
Pence.
Into pence. Even though we weren't thinking about pence in the beginning, but by trying to make them into whole numbers, we are inadvertently change them into pence. So £2.80 is the same as 280 pence, and 350 pence, £3.50 same as 350 pence. Fantastic. Now that the decimal points has gone, and we got nice, consistent, same units. Okay, can you proceed, please? So what's the next step? How do we cancel it down?
We will cancel it by 10.
So we divide both sides by 10, so knock off a 0, knock off a 0. That's the easy bit. What do we do next?
Now we divide by...
So which times table do they both come into, 28 and 35? Give me one time.
7
Fantastic,
tables.
beautiful. So 28 and 35 both divide by 7. They are in the 7 times table. That's like a clue to help you find the highest common factor. Where do you find these both numbers? So what is 28 divided by 7, Amazon?
4.
Okay, and what is 35 divided by 7?
5.
Fantastic, look at that. Cancelling done beautifully. Okay, so we've got, mashallah, there are 4 examples for us to look at. And let's do some bit more practice on this before we move on to today's new topic. I always like to go back and do some revision. Okay, so put your hands up, please. You can have, they've got a feature on your Zoom where you can put a hand up. Put your hand up if you're happy to go on and do some questions by yourself now. And don't worry if you're not happy, I'll go do some more questions with you. So Umama's happy, Anam, Aliza, Ayan, are you happy to move on, do some questions by yourself? Okay, we have Mani's happy to carry on. Okay, Sully, yeah, okay, Sully's happy as well. Okay, Ibrahim, so I need to, okay, so those of you who are happy to get on with the question by yourself, I want you to start with some questions, please, for us. All right, let's have a look. And on this one here. So those of you happy to do the question by yourself, I want you to do these questions here. Okay. If you haven't got a printout, can you please quickly copy them out onto your pad, onto your piece of paper, because I'm going to move the screen to give some more examples to the other students. Okay. So I'm going to give you, it won't take you more than a few seconds or 20, 30 seconds, just quickly copy those questions out. 3 hours 30, 12 pound 50, 2 pound 50, 16 kilograms, 8 kilograms, and so on and so on. Just quickly copy out those couple of questions from 24 to 30, and I'm going to do some more questions. Put your hand up now if you'd like me to do some more examples. Okay, we've got some new students as well. Okay, Aisha. Okay, Umama, you can put your hand, okay. You lower your hand because your hand was up from before. Okay, I'm going to do some more examples for Aisha. And where's my other student gone? Okay, so name. Okay, Ariana, how are you finding the questions so far? Put your microphone.
They're fine.
They're fine. Are you happy to start the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, get cracking on the questions and I'll meet up with you in a few minutes, okay? For
Okay.
those of you who are going to do the questions, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do as many of those questions as possible. Starting from now, I will need to move the screen around, so you make sure you've copied those questions out. Okay, so I'm going to move the screen out. I do another example for Aisha and anybody else that needs an example. Okay, let's pick one from here. Okay, let me pick this one. Okay, Aisha, I'm going to do one more example with you. Copy. Oh, what's happening there? Okay. No, that's better. Okay, Aisha, you can unmute yourself and let's do this question together. Everybody else should be doing those questions that they've copied down. They've got 5 minutes on the timer. Okay, Aisha, let's go with this question. We got 5.5 centimeters. Ibrahim, if you want to stay in for another example. Okay, you can. Okay, right. So, Aisha, 5.5 centimeters and 20 millimeters. What should we change them both into, first of all?
Centimeters.
Okay, now, when you say centimeters, centimeters already in decimal, it'd probably be better if you want to get rid of the decimal, don't change them into centimeters, but change them into
Millimeters.
millimeters. In each centimeter, how many millimeters do you have? There's 10 of them. Yeah, there's 10 of them. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to multiply it by 10. So 5.5 times by 10 is? Okay, so what happens to the 5.5, Aisha? The 5. Okay, if you multiply 5.5 by 10, what do you get, Aisha?
55.
55. Now, what have you realized by the 5.5? The 5.5 is gone. We now have a nice, lovely whole number, 55, and the other side is a really nice whole number. So what can we count? So Aisha, what can we cancel them down by?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
What can we simplify them by?
I don't know.
We can simplify them by the biggest number that divides into, which is?
20?
What's the biggest number that goes into them? Can you see it on screen?
No, because the things are blocking it.
Okay, what's blocking it?
Can I take a look at the questions?
I can't see it because all the people's faces are blocking it.
Okay, let me write on this side for you. I'm coming to you. What we divided by?
5.
Come on then, divided by 5, and I'll come back to you in a second. Who wants to look at the questions? Okay, oh, Mama, don't forget, I want you to quickly copy them down, the questions, and do them.
I worked it out.
Okay, lovely. So if you work that out, what do you get?
20 divided by 5 is 4, and 55 divided by 5 is 11.
That's it. Now I want you to get back to these questions as well with everybody else. Off you go. Come on, Aisha. Get on with those questions. There's 2 minutes left, folks, on the timer. Okay, that's where's the other timer? Oh yeah, timer. 2 minutes. There's a timer on there to show you how much time you got left. Okay, there's a minute left. Okay, Jan looks like he's left the room. Okay, folks, I'm going to give you another minute. Have a go. Okay, Mr. Ayan, try to keep in the class, please. Don't know why he's keep on leaving, jumping back in again. Okay, folks, I'm going to do a little review now in a bit. Okay, right. Okay,
I've
folks.
finished all the questions.
No problem. Okay, thank you, man. I'll move the clock out of the way now. Okay. So I've done some of the questions there for you quickly while you guys are doing your test. Can you please mark your questions now, please? So I've had to go at question number 24. I've had to go at question number 25, 26, and 28. So I had a quick go of those 4 questions for you. So the 3 hours and 30 minutes one, we change them into minutes. So we have 180 minutes. Then you divide everything by 30. So that'll give you 6:1.
Mr. Iqbal.
G. Go on.
So where's 25?
Question 25 is over here. 1250 and 250. So we change them into pence and then we divide it by 10 and then we divide them by 25.
So it's 5:1.
5:1, correct.
Okay.
Okay, the 5 gram and 50 gram one, that's easy already in grams. That just cancels down to 1:10. And the £3 and 30 pence,
What about 29?
that should give you 10:1.
Yeah, okay, get that right.
Okay, 3 kilogram is 3,000 and that's 300. So divide them both by 100. That gives you 30:3. Divide them both by 3. That gives you 10:1. So we've done all of them really. So please quickly check off your questions. Okay, can you give me a thumbs up, please, on next to your name, like a golden hand or something, to indicate that you've got those questions right. EB's got them all right, mashallah, excellent. Annam, did you get them right? Okay. 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 Okay, folks, when you just a quick note, I've only got Aliza, Umaiza's got a right, mashallah, Ayan's got a right. Keep your hand up for the moment. Keep your golden thumbs up to show me that you've got those questions right and you're happy for me to move on to the next one. I need to see some thumbs up, please.
Mr. Iqbal,
G.
on the 2 hour and 45 minutes, it's going to be 8:3. So
Okay.
you can divide it by 3 again.
You can, absolutely.
Sir,
How come when I was going to tell you before you muted me?
Hang on, no problem. I didn't mute you. I think you got. Yeah, hang on a second, Aisha. Whoever's talking, give me a second. Let me double check that. So 2 hours is 120. 45 minutes 45. Divided by 5. Divided by 5. Then you divide that by 3. Divide that by 3. That gives you 8:3. Yeah. So we have a more simplified version. Thank you for that, Mr. Idris. Jazakallah khair. Well done. Okay. Right. Who else? So,
Sir,
G.
I didn't do all of them, but I did some of them and I got them correct.
That's lovely. Okay, we're going to move on to today's lesson now, inshallah. That's lovely revision. So you got them all right as well. Okay. So you try not to knock on the window. Just give me a thumbs up on thingy. All right, let's move on to where we were supposed to be.
I didn't know how.
Don't worry, inshallah. Okay. So we got exercise 6 was another exercise that we done last week. Let's have a quick go at a couple of questions and then we're going to move on to this exercise here, which is called direct proportion. That's the exercise that we need to be doing for today. Okay, lovely. All right, let's have a go. So we're going to do, inshallah, direct proportion before up to the break time today, and then have a break, inshallah, for about 10-15 minutes. And then after the break, we're going to come back and then we're going to smash up the direct proportion, inshallah. But it's important that we go back and revise the old work. Okay, is everybody in the class? Okay, yes, everybody's in the class. Okay. So we have here, we've gone. We're supposed to be here. This is the other exercise that we done last lesson. So we're going to be revising these questions. Okay, let's copy them out. and make some space for us to do some questions. So let's add a page. That's done. And let's cut them out. Copy. Paste. Okay. Now, I'm going to go through the question. Let's see if anybody can remember the methods for doing this question. So put your hand up, please, if you remember the method for dividing by a ratio from last lesson, so I can pick someone. Ayan remembers the method, mashallah, is good. Aliza, come on, Ibi, do you remember this from last lesson? Anam does. Okay. Anam, unmute yourself, please, young madam, and let's do question number 1 together. Let's go. So here we are dividing by a ratio.
So first you do 2 plus 1, which equals 3. Then you do 15 divided by 3, which equals 5. So then you do 5 times by 1, which equals 5. Then you do 5 times by 2, which equals 10. So then your answer is 5 ratio 10.
Okay, thank you for that. That was beautiful. I'm just going to go over that again, Anam. That was fantastic. Right. Now, when you do 15 pound divided in the ratio of 2 to 1, we do literally what it's telling us to do. It says 15 pound divided by the ratio 2 to 1. So what we're reading in the question, we are manifesting it in our calculation. So it says 15 divide, right, and divide. By the ratio 2 to 1, we add the ratio. So 2 add 1 will give us 3. So we're doing 15 divided by 3 because there's 3 parts altogether. So 15 divided by 3 gives you 5. Okay, so that's basically, that's the value of each part. So 5 pound is the value. Gia?
You know how you got 3? Is it because 2 plus 1?
Absolutely, we're adding the ratio. So
Okay.
we're dividing by the total of the ratio. It says 15, it says divide 15 in the ratio. So we're doing 15, divide, and the ratio is 2 to 1, we add them together. 2 add 1 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So once we finish the dividing and adding, we get the answer 5 parts here. Then we have to multiply them by the ratio. So the ratio was 2 ratio 1 from the original question.
Okay.
Okay. So 5 times by 2 will give us an answer of 10. And 5 times by 1 will give us an answer of 5. So for example, this could be question, for example, 15 pound, your mom's gonna share it, Umama, between you and one of your siblings, within the ratio of 2 to 1, because you're the older one, you'll get twice the share of the younger one. So your younger sibling will get 5 pound and you will get 10 pound.
Sir,
Yes,
how do you know I'm the older sibling?
I had a guess. Was that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You nearly got me there. Okay, lovely. So when we divide by a ratio, we literally do what the question, 15 divide by the ratio. Add it up. 2 add 1 is 3. Then we time divide. So let's have a go at another question. Okay, let's have our new student today, Ariana. Ariana, please put your microphone on and help me with the next question. 16 divided by 3 ratio 1. Okay, so what do we do first?
Do you add the ratio, so it would be 4.
Beautiful. And what's 16 divided by 4?
4.
4. So 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. Now, you've done the division, what they've asked you to do. You've added them together. So you've done division, addition. There's one step left to do now. The third step. What's the third step?
G times 4 by 3.
And then times it also by
1.
Fantastic. So you divide, add, times. Done. And what's 4 times by 3?
12.
And what's 4 times by 1?
4.
And 12 at 4 is 16. That makes sense. So for example, you say your dad was dividing some prize money between you and your sister, and she's older than you, so she gets a ratio of 3 to 1. So for every 1 part that you get, so if you get 4 pounds, she'll get triple that, which is 12 pounds, and they got to both add up 16 because you started 16 in the first place. So that's like one way of thinking about it. It might not necessarily feel fair, but that's what ratio is about, dividing between different parties and different shares. Okay, fantastic. Okay, are we happy with that, Ariana? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna now do one more example, and then I'm gonna give you some questions to do for the last few minutes. So let's do another example. Let's have, who hasn't, okay, Eliza, please put yours next. Okay, Eliza, I want you to do question number 3 for me now. Let's go.
So
Nice and slowly. Read the question to me.
so you have to do 125 divided by 5 because 1 plus 4 is 5.
Good.
Which is 100, which is 25.
Yes.
Then you do 25 times by 1 and 4, which is 25 over 100.
Fantastic. Lovely. So 25 divided by the ratio 1 to 4 means 25 divided by 1, add 4, combine them. So 25 divided by 5 is 25. Then you times it by the ratio. That's how much each part's worth. So one person gets 1 lot of 25, which is 25. Another person gets 4 lots. Fantastic. Okay, right. Let's give you a couple of questions to do, and then we will go for a break, inshallah. Right, let's have a look. Let's give you some nice, lovely questions. Okay. And then I'm going to create some space on the side. Okay, let's have a look. Question number 8. Question number 12. Question number 5. And question number 15. So those are your questions which I would like you to do. I'm going to freeze the screen and have a go at the questions on the side. Okay, so everybody have a go at those questions. Are there any, anybody got any questions before we start the questions? No? Okay, lovely. Right, so I'm going to put on for you guys a timer. Okay, for those 4 questions, we're going to give you 3 minutes, inshallah. Okay. Let's go for 3 minutes. Go. Go. There's your timer. Off you go. Hopefully you can see the timer. Okay, lovely. Okay, folks, have a go at that. Okay, folks, right, let's have a look. Let me move the timer out of the way. That's actually in the way. We need to move it all the way over here. Okay, first one, 300 divided by 3 plus 2. 300 divided by 5 will give you 60. 60 times by the 3 is 180. 60 times by the 2 is 120. And they both add up back to, okay, let's get a red, I'm going to underline it with that. The next one, 35 divided by 4 plus 3. Yes.
Can you please slow down?
Okay. 35 divided by 4 plus 3, young man. 4 add 3 is 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So when we do the second ratio, we're dividing by 7 to give us 5. Now, once you got the 5, you have to multiply it by the ratio. So 5 times by 4 is 20, and 5 times by 3 is 15. And those numbers must add up back to 35. That's your check. If we look at the next question, 42, we have to divide it in the ratio of 2 to 1. So we do 42 divided by,
Sir,
yes?
well, Mama's trying to tell you something, but it won't let her speak. She's not typing. She's trying to speak, but it won't let her.
Okay, at the moment, I haven't muted her. I haven't done anything to her. It's on her side. She needs to, her microphone is actually on. Now it's off. So I haven't done anything on this side to stop her. She needs to try to fix things on her side. Her microphone is on, but for some reason we can't hear her. So anyway, as I was saying, if she needs to say something, she can always type something into me on the chat. I can see on the right-hand side. So we said 42 divided by the ratio 2 to 1 is 42 divided by 2 plus 1. 42 divided by 3 will give us 14. Now we have to times that by the 2 and times it by the 1 of the ratio. So that gives us 28 to the ratio of 14, and they both added back to 42. Last but not least, we have the man. I think I've kind of looks like no, I haven't. So 500 pounds is divided amongst his 2 children in the ratio of 2 to 3. Okay, yeah, Umama, I can see your message. And then 500 divided by 2 plus 3 is 500 divided by 5, which gives you 100. So each part, each share is 100. The first child gets 2 parts, so that's 200. That's better, Umama. I can hear you now. Yes, go on. Yeah, your sound.
I just changed my microphone. It says change your microphone.
That's okay. So then 100 times by this for the second child, gets 3 shares. That'll be £300. Okay, folks, we come to a lovely space in our time. We need to go and have a break. Okay, so I need everybody.
I didn't do the questions.
Okay, well, we've done all the questions for you. You can copy them up, inshallah. I'm just going to pause the video now so we can go for a break. Pause. Okay, let's resume recording now. Okay, I think nobody did realize because there's been a little dot next to my name that says recording, so we've actually missed out on those lovely questions. Okay, I might need to go back and explain them while you guys are practicing some questions. Okay, sorry about that, folks, but it looks like we missed a bit of the recording.
Is it recording now?
Yes, recording now, yes. I forgot to switch on recording when we came back in. I forgot. You can see, when you look at my name, you'll see a little red dot next to it, so you know it's recording at that time. So keep an eye on that for next time, folks. Okay, no problem. Right, the next question, let's have Umama join me, please. Umama, we got a nice table question here. Okay, Umama, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Right.
Left.
You got 7 kilograms. You got 7 kilograms is worth £8.40 of maybe of some, say, some kind of cheese or something.
Okay.
Okay, so we got some cheese. Okay. Got some cheese. And 7 kilograms. So what's 1 kilogram cost? So how do we get from 7 to 1, Umama?
You've got to take away 6.
Remember, we're doing ratio, so we're interested in multiplying and dividing, not taking away and adding at the moment.
7 divided by 1.
That's better. Divided by 7. Remember, you're not dividing by 1. That doesn't do anything. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then you have to do what? £8.40 divided by 7 as well. So what's £8.40 divided by 7?
£40 divided by 7.
So £8.40 divided by 7 is?
£1.20.
£1.20. Okay, now here comes the important question. I want the whole class to be paying attention here. How do we get to 3.5 kilograms? Looks like a bit of a kind of like strange number. 3.5 kilograms. So Mama, look at the information that's there in the table. So if I wanted to get to 3.5 kilograms, I mean, you could go from 1 kilogram, but then you have to multiply by 3.5, and you got £1.20 decimal times it by 3.5. It might be a little bit difficult. What's an easy way to get to 3.5 from what we know, Mama? Think. Look at the table. The answers in the table. Look at the relationship between the numbers. What would we do? I'll give you a clue. You wouldn't go from 1 to 3.5. You go from 7 to 3.5. How does 7 become 3.5?
Yeah.
Come on. You can do it.
Do you divide?
So you divide by what?
7 divided by 2.
Half of 7 is 3.5. So then half of £8.40 is? So you have to know the connection, the relationship between 7 and 3.5. Done. Okay, next part. How do I get to 14 kilograms knowing the information I have? I'll give you a clue. We're going to go from 7. How does 7 become 14? Umama, How does 7 become 14?
Times by 2.
Times by 2. Okay, looks good. And what's £8.40 times by 2?
840 by times 2.
Is £16 and
80 pence.
80 pence. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, folks, I'm going to give you some questions to do. Are we ready to do some questions? Okay, I need a show of hands next to your names, please. Okay, Mama, thank you for that. Put your mute back on. Can you show me a show of hands, the students who are ready to start some questions by themselves? Okay, Ariana is ready. Alhamdulillah. Suli, are you ready? Okay, Suli's ready. Umama's ready. Ayan. Anam. Umeza, are you ready to do some questions now? Umeza ready, mashallah, good. And so is Mr. Mani, he's ready. Ibi is ready. Okay, mashallah, we seem to have majority of the class ready. Okay, folks, you guys carry on now. I'm going to give you some questions to do. While you do those questions quietly, I'm going to go back and possibly redo those questions that we missed out in the video, which is the ones we can see here. So I'll need a few minutes of quiet time while I can explain those questions so you can have those in your video, inshallah, bismillah. Okay, let me give you some questions, folks. Okay. Here comes some questions for you guys to do. Orange, right, okay. So we got those 4 questions over there. And for those who are feeling a bit excited, we've got this lovely table over here. And we've got this lovely table over here. And we've got this lovely table over here. Okay. Now, if you haven't got a printout and you are relying on my screen for you to see the questions, you can hit this thing called print screen button on your computer and you can put into Paint and print it out or something. But I need to kind of move away from this page. Okay, because I need to make a video now for the rest part, unless you want me to do later. Okay, folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have to do all the ones that are highlighted?
Absolutely, madam.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, off you go, folks. I'm going to give you to do those questions 5 minutes. Okay, where's my question? Okay. So we have 5 minutes on the timer. If the timer moves out of the way, you'll get an alarm when it's finished. Come on, Mr. Ayan. Everybody get cracking with those questions. Huh? Yes, orange is the highlighted questions. Highlight the orange questions onto your worksheets if you have a printout. That'd be good. Okay, Mohammed, you want to say something? Okay, folks, while you quickly do those questions, I need literally 2 minutes just to, while we still got a record on, to go through those questions that I missed out in the beginning of the video. So then you'll, inshallah, be a bit more better for you. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes, folks. Don't ask me any questions for the next 2 minutes. You need to copy some of those questions out. Yes.
How long does this take now?
How long does what take?
Fusion.
Huh? How long does what take? The lesson?
Yeah.
Okay, the lesson's supposed to finish about 6:35, by another 15 minutes. Is that okay with you, Mama?
Yeah.
You don't have to go to any special meeting or anything?
No.
Okay, Tika. Remember, it's lockdown here. Don't go out anywhere. You gotta stay home and protect the NHS. Okay? Even though we might all die of depression and mental health at home. That's irrelevant. Okay, right. Okay, Mama. Let me get back to my. Okay, folks, I'm going to move the screen a bit and just to explain those questions. So.
Sir?
Yes.
I love your jokes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through this question. Please, I need to move up. Don't talk to me now, please. I'm going to make a carry on with the video. Okay, folks, right. Welcome back. Sorry about this, but I missed these questions at the beginning. because the video wasn't recording. So let's look at this question here. So we have 9 paper cups and they cost 27 pence. Oh, is my camera in the way? Well, okay, let's move that way. Okay, and we said we need to work out the cost of 8 paper cups. So 9 doesn't go to 8 directly. So we said 9 will go to, we'll work out the cost of 1 first. I'm just gonna go over things. So we have to divide by 9. Now what we do on the left-hand side, we have to do on the right-hand side. That gives us the cost of 1 paper cup, which was 3 pence. Now the question was, work out the cost of 8 paper cups. So 8 paper cups, we have to go from 1 and we have to multiply by 8. What we do on the left, we must repeat on the right. So that gives us the cost of 8 paper cups as 24 pence. This is called the unitary method. So we're going to work out the cost of 1 first. Okay. Okay. If anybody's got an emergency message, you can send it in chat. Okay, next question. Now in this next question, we had 2 kilograms of potatoes that cost £1.04. The question was, how do you work out 12 kilograms of potatoes? Now, unlike the previous question where we had to go and work out the 1 paper cup, here we don't need to work out 1 kilogram because 2 kilograms can become 12 by multiplying by 6 in 1 easy step. So 2 times by 6 is 12. What we do on the left, we repeat on the right. £1.04 times by 6 gave us an answer of £6.24. So in this particular question, we had 1 step only. In the previous question, we had 2 steps. So look at the question, and it depends on the question what you will have to do. Right, we had one other question over here. Let's go through that one. Here we had 5 toffees. 5 toffees is 15 pence. If you don't put your camera on, please leave it off. We have 5 toffees that cost 15 pence. And the question said, what's the cost of 6? Now, we said that 5 doesn't go into 6. There's no multiplier for 5 that goes into 6 by a whole number. And 6 is not in the 5 times table. So it's not easy to get to 6 from 5. So we have to go again to the 1 toffee. So we work out the cost of 1 toffee by dividing by 5. Any number divided by 5 will give you 1. So what we did on the left, we repeated on the right. So that gave us a 1 toffee price of 3 pence. Okay. Now we know the cost of 1 toffee. We can work the cost of 6 toffees by multiplying by 6. So we got the unitary, the price of 1, then we times it by 6. So we times this side by 6, we times this side by 6. What you do on one side, you repeat it on the other side. So that gave us 6 toffees, which is equal to 18 pence. Okay, folks, if you got any questions, hold on to them for a few more moments while I go through the last question that we missed. I don't think we missed this one. No, that was in the video. Okay, folks. Right, anybody? That's it. I'll put that little addition in there. Okay.
Can we have a few more minutes because we didn't get to do it for the other questions?
Yeah, of course. I'll give you a few more minutes, of course. Here we go. Let's put them back on for you. Okay, right. So let's give you another. Okay. Another three minutes. Okay, let me pause the recording as well, by the way. Oh, where's one? Pause recording. Okay, Mr. Idris, mashallah, got to the last question. How does 100 become 10? Idris, go on.
Divide by 10.
Beautiful. Okay, right. How does 10 become 5?
Divide by 2.
Beautiful. How does 5 become 2.5?
Divide by 2.
That's how we do it, young man. We just keep on bouncing it along.
So it's going to be 2.5.
You don't worry about the 2.5 part. Let's have a look what's on this side now. 80 divided by 10 is 8 to give you 10%. And then you have to divide that by 2, that gives you 4 grams. And then you have to divide that by 2, that gives you 2 grams. Don't need to worry about 2.5. The most important thing is these steps here. Them are the most important things which you've got. Okay, I need to resize it back for the students.
One number 5.
Okay. Okay, folks, we need to go through this question now. We're coming towards the end of the lesson. I'm going to go through this question, and that's going to be the end for today's lesson. So let's go through the questions now. Okay, right. I need to do a bit of cutting and pasting and go through them nice and quickly. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. Right, we are on record. That's good. So we can record our answers. Let me grab these questions. Bismillah. Right, copy. Okay, and let's paste. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger so you can see them. Okay, I need to add another page in, which I've done. Okay. Okay, folks, we're coming towards the end of our lesson. It is currently, let me just check the proper timing. Whoa, we are towards the end of the lesson. Okay, folks, might be a few minutes over, but don't worry, I won't charge your parents any extra money. Okay, so just pay attention and don't ask me what time the lesson finishes. That really annoys me. Let's get on with the lesson. Okay, so we have 3 bananas. Okay, okay. Whoops, I got the sharpest pencil. Uh-oh. Okay, something's gone wrong there. Give me a second, folks. I'll just go undo that. Okay, my pen is too thin. Right, so we have 3 bananas. Okay, we have 3 bananas. That costs us 24 pence. We want to find the cost of 6 bananas. Okay, Mr. Suleiman in the other room. Can you put your microphone on, please? I haven't got you to contribute at all for this question. Okay, let's do a question together. So, Mr. Suleiman, how does 3 bananas become 6 bananas? Quickly.
3 by 2.
You times it by 2, both sides. So that'll give you an answer of?
That equals 48.
Okay, fantastic. We have next one. 5 hooks. Stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I said don't go anywhere. Okay, so 5 hooks cost us 25 pence. Pick the phone up, please. Okay, Suleiman, I need to work out the cost of 8 hooks. Like you're putting hooks when you put your painting on the wall. Can I go in 1 step or do I have to do 2 steps, Suleiman?
I have to do 2 steps.
MashaAllah. So you were paying attention all this time. Alhamdulillah. But your mom was giving me funny looks, saying, why aren't you asking Suleiman any questions? Okay. I was just worried about my roti tonight. But alhamdulillah, that should be okay now. Okay, so Mr. Suleiman, 5 to 1, what do we do? Go.
You have to divide it by 5.
MashaAllah. And then how do we get from 1 to 8? What do we do?
You times by 8.
And what we do on one side, what do we do on the other side?
You do the exact same thing.
MashaAllah, Mubarak, alhamdulillah. So 5p, and that will give you 40p. Okay, that's lovely, Suleiman, MashaAllah. And since you're there, you might as well just do 1 more question for me. And that will just, okay, let's go. Let's do the 9 bolts. We've done that one earlier, actually, 9 bolts. 9 bolts cost us 36p, and I want you to work out 27 bolts. So how do we do that one, Suleiman?
So 9, you can just times it by 3 straight away and you get to your answer straight away.
Okay, so 36 down by 3 is?
Okay, 6 down by 3 is 108.
Okay, Jazakallah. Okay, thank you for that, Suleiman. You're a good son. Well done. Okay, right, you put your microphone off now. I'm gonna go grab somebody else now. Okay, let's wake somebody else up. Okay, Umeza, Kaka, can you come on to question number 8, please? Okay. Okay, Umeza, 2 televisions cost £500. I don't know which zamana that is. They don't cost £500 anymore. They cost a lot more than that. Okay, and we want to work out the cost of 3 televisions because somebody likes watching CBBS or Ben 10. So how do we get from 2 to 3? Can I go direct in 1 step, Umeza?
You can do it with 2 steps.
Beautiful. Said like a professional mathematician. Okay, so we can go from 2 to 1, then 1 to 3. How do we get from 2 to 1, Umeza?
You divide it by
Itself, which is 2. And then how do we get from 1 to 3?
You divide that by 3 and times by 3.
Fantastic, well done. So what is 500 divided by 2?
It's 250.
250. And what's 250 times by 3?
7.
100 and?
8.
750. MashaAllah. Well done, Umeza. You don't work encourage you by any chance because your maths, MashaAllah, is good. You know how to work at the cost of the TVs. Well done. Okay, right, next one, 4 bowls. Let's do that one now. So we have 4 bowls, okay. Let's just think of it like a bowl where you put your cereal in the morning. Costs £3. Okay, somebody's left again, probably, I don't know what that is. That costs us £3, and we want to work out the cost of 5 bowls. Okay, let's have Ariana. Can you do that for me, please?
Yeah.
So can we do that in 1 step or 2 steps?
1 step.
Are you sure?
Wait, would you do in 2 steps?
We would definitely do that in 2 steps, because 4 and 5, they don't kind of mix together like that. We have to definitely work out the cost of 1 bowl first. Okay, because 4 times by something gives you 5, it will be like a decimal multiplier. That's not what we're in for today. Go, good. Okay, somebody fell out the class. Okay, right, next. So how do I get from 4 to 1, Ariana?
You divide it by 4.
And then what do we do in the next step? Okay.
You divide 3 by 4.
Okay, then you do 1. So how do you get? Okay, that's good. And then how do you get from 1 bowl to 5 bowls?
You times it by 5.
Times it by 5. And then
that
times that side by 5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget, folks, if you fall out the lesson for whatever reason, you have to disconnect and reconnect. Make sure you keep your video switched off, because as we're recording, when you come back in, your video jumps into the recording. So make sure that you don't get your video in recording. So what is £3 divided by 4? So £3 divided by 4.
Is it 75p?
Absolutely fantastic. And 75 times by 5 is?
375.
Or £3.75. Thank you very much. Said like a proper professional there. Beautiful. Okay, now let's get back to these questions here, which I'm going to do them on the question itself. Okay, let's have Aliza, please. Aliza, jump into this question, please. Mic on. Let's go.
Okay, so for 15 to get to 5, you have to divide it by 3. So you have to divide £3 by 3, which is £1. Then for 5 to get to 1, you have to divide it by 5. So you do £1 divided by 5, which is 20p.
Good.
Then for 1 to get to 30, you have to times it by 30.
Or let's go to the or. We could go from 15 to 30. How do you get from 15 to 30?
Times it by 2.
Okay, now what's better? 20p times by 30 or £3 times by 2?
£3 times by 2.
It's easier. Always choose the easy route. Human nature, we like to do things the easy way. So £3 times by 2 is?
£6.
Beautiful, fantastic. And these particular questions that we're doing today are also on my YouTube channel. If you search for ratios, you'll find these exact questions on there. So don't worry about if you don't get it today. You've also got the videos as well. Okay, next question. Right, let's have somebody. Who we're gonna choose now? Okay, let's have. Okay, Mr. Mani Saab, go. Right, Mr. Mani, how do you get from 5 to 1?
You divide by 5.
And then how do you get to 20 from 5?
You times it by 4.
Beautiful. How do we get from 20 to 40?
You times it, you double it.
Fantastic. What you said is what I've written down. That's what you've got to be doing for your homework as well. What we do on one side, we repeat it on the other side. So we divide that by 5, which is £1 and 3 pence. And then we go back to here, times it by 4. That'll give you £20 and 60 pence. And then we double it. That'll give you £40 and another £1.20. So 60 and 60 is £1.20, so that gives you £41.20. Are we happy with that money?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. I think we've got one question left, which we've already done. Okay, folks, that's the end of our lesson for today. Alhamdulillah, we only went over by about 5 minutes. Not too much. Hopefully, and nobody was traumatized and needs medical treatment. I mean, I know the NHS is still booking in appointments. We went to the NHS today, mashallah. Went to good hospital. So if everybody's okay, they don't need any glucose drips and stuff. So Jazakallah khair for taking part in the lesson. Nobody leave until I finish. So this video is being recorded. It's gonna be, I'm just gonna stop the recording right now.